Tim.
And I'm Tony.
And welcome to Raw Talk Christian Podcast.
Yes, sir.
AOTB. Man, let the people know what we all about.
Man, we are all about overcoming. Y'all know us, man, by now. We talk about the beginning, the middle, and the end parts of, not end parts. I don't want to talk about end parts. Please, let's not talk about end parts. But, you know, just the various outcomes, man, of all of the various situations that we have to overcome. That's what we talk about, man. We want to encourage folks to overcome.
Word.
Yes, sir.
Man, look. Happy to be here again, man. As always, we're happy that you all are joining us. And if you are a first-time visitor to Raw Talk Christian Podcast, we just want to say welcome. And if you are a returning guest, you're part of the squad, you down with the crew and everything, you know how we get down, man. You know what I'm saying?
For real.
So come on in, get comfortable, take a seat.
Make one too.
If you can, you know what I'm saying? Hey, do it. But hey, we finna get right into it, man. What we talking about today?
Man, we mess up a lot of times. You know what I mean? We mess up a lot of times, and what we gonna talk about is overcoming blown assignments. Somebody is, you know how they say, you got one job. You had one job.
You had one job. Just do your job.
Right.
And
I'm going to be honest, man. There was a lot of times I messed up that one job. That one thing that I had to do.
Right.
And, man, sometimes, man, we don't really bounce back from that, man. So we're going to talk about overcoming blown assignments, also known as Take Two. Take two.
Cut. Do it again.
Yeah, man.
Man, and the byline kind of says it all when we talk about Take Two.
Right.
Because I think we were just talking about how when you have a blown assignment, just because you blow it don't mean it's over.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so when we talk about blown assignments, I mean, there are a lot of times, like you said, where we might have a thing to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And, you know, sometimes it's like we have a blown assignment because it may be something that may be too difficult for us.
Right.
Maybe something that, you know, we just don't feel like doing.
Right.
You know, there may be some other reasons why you have blown assignment because it wasn't prioritized correctly.
Right. Or sometimes, man, we go into something without understanding any of what we have to do. You know, we may go into an assignment or a task. We have the zeal, but don't have the knowledge.
Come on.
You know, I'm preaching in here.
He gonna preach regardless.
Right.
He is gonna preach regardless.
But we'll go into something, man, and we'll say, well, shucks. I'll put it to you this way: we'll go into something without the understanding, but then don't admit, man, I just didn't understand what I was doing.
Yeah.
Man.
That's good right there because then you get into a realm of pride.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because even sometimes when we don't know, we are in our mind like, man, I should know that by now.
Right.
I should be over this by now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But the thing that you think you should know, or you think you should be over, maybe that, you know, Paul talks about a thorn.
Right.
In your side that buffets. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It made that one thing, you know what I'm saying, that if you could have overcame it by yourself, if you could have done it by yourself, you would have done it by now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so sometimes because of that pride, we will blow our assignment because we don't want to let nobody know that, or we may just feel shame because like I'm years old now, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I should be beyond this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
man, a lot of times though, if we want to really just be real with it, because we are raw talk, the assignment is blown. If you go into this thing without understanding in the first place, your assignment is already blown.
Out the gate.
Out the gate. Out the gate. And the
why do people lack? Or why do people perish?
For the lack of knowledge. And honestly, you have a lack of knowledge. What man, Sister Hall say this all the time. Shout out to Jackie Louise Hall. Shout out to her. I called out her whole name. But she used to say, well, Tony boy, you have not because you ask not. She would always say that. So if you don't have knowledge, why? Because you ain't asked for it. And because you didn't ask for knowledge, your assignment is shot.
It's blown.
Blown. Just because you didn't go into it and say, okay, what am I supposed to do? Can you break it down to me? Okay, talk to me like I'm slow. Because I now, because I've blown so many assignments, that's what I've gotten to. Hey, talk to me like I'm slow.
Right.
Explain it to me. But I had to throw all that pride out and just say, hey, okay, let me know really what it is that I'm supposed to do.
Yeah. And putting it like that, a lot of times, like you said, I've blown assignments up because we don't know. And like you said again, we don't ask for the knowledge.
Right.
But sometimes we don't go look for the knowledge either. Sometimes we don't always have to ask somebody for knowledge. Sometimes we can go get the knowledge for ourselves.
Right.
And we just, for whatever reason, be it laziness, be it content, be it whatever it is,
right,
we don't go look for it. Man, we live in a world nowadays, TB, you almost have no excuse at all for not knowing how to do something. If somebody tell me, hey, on this Excel spreadsheet, I want you to do a pivot table and do this and give margins. I want you to give put an equation in and blah blah blah. It's like, I ain't never did this before, but I can go to YouTube real quick.
Okay, Google. Huh?
Cool. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? There's almost no excuse for not having knowledge. And then with the advent of artificial intelligence,
right?
ChatGPT.
Yep.
That thing.
Yep. That
ChatGPT.
Alphabet.
You know what I'm saying? You can ask stuff like that. Now, don't take everything, you know what I'm saying, as fact on there, but it can steer you in the right direction.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
right.
I mean, the lack of knowledge. It's really, if you don't have the knowledge, it's because, for lack of better terms, you don't want it. You don't really want it.
Right.
You can say you want it, but you don't really want it.
Right. So that's one, aspect of it where you've been given an assignment, and like whether it be your boss or your teacher or somebody who's entrusting you with, hey, I'm trying to do this, or we need to do this, or we need to do that. That's one thing where somebody verbally spoke it to you, or put it in email or something like that. Right. But what about that other part, man? That part to where it's like somebody that you were supposed to reach out to, somebody that you were supposed to influence. What about somebody that you were supposed to witness to? What about when you have those type of assignments? What about when it's like, you see your brother or your sister, your cousin or whoever it is, going down the wrong path, and it was something that you could have said, but it ended up being too late. I don't like this conversation.
Yeah. It make you think about opportunities that you have squandered.
Right.
And I personally, man, there have been so many people who I feel like I've been assigned to, or been assigned to me, in which it's like, man, I ain't gonna have, in my mind, I'm wrestling or rationalizing the fact I don't have time to do. I don't want, that's a project, or this, that, and the other. It's like, man, but sometimes what we don't realize is that it only takes one person to make a world of difference.
Yep.
And if we blow on assignments like that, you never know what could have turned out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so when I started thinking back, it's like, man, you know, had I not been trying to avoid, you know what I'm saying, trying to avoid, because I feel like it might have taken time out of my schedule. I feel like I want to do some different things. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what could have come? Right.
And it's so like there are a lot of things that contributes to a blown assignment. And all of those things, especially when it comes to ministering or witnessing or however you want to put it, when it comes to those, you know, assignments, man, most of the reasons why it's blown comes from within. Most of it, almost all of the time, to tell you the truth. One of the reasons those assignments are blown, it's, man, I ain't finna embarrass myself. You know, how I know it's God who really said.
Right.
You know, you know what? Maybe if they come over here, or if I get them alone, or if I, you know,
we conditions on it.
Exactly. Yeah.
If they turn around 3 times, jump in the sky, turn a flip on their head, I know that's the one. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And man, we feel like we're supposed to be, we already had to have the answer and to that assignment. We feel like we already supposed to have it, like, okay, if I'm supposed to speak to this person, then I need this to happen, you know, or God, you're going to have to give me the words right now, because I ain't finna just walk up there and make some. I'm not a creative person. I'm not. I don't, you know, I tell Tim all the time, I tell a lot of folks, okay, I ain't finna make nothing out of thin air, you know, give me the process, teach me the process, I'll perform the process, and I'm gonna tell you, you know, I'm gonna ask you, how am I doing in this process? You say yay or nay, I'll adjust from there, but as far as creating, no, I'm not gonna do that. So like that's the way we treat some of those assignments that God has given us. Hey, I need you to go speak, and we already feel like we're supposed to speak to that person. We already have that feeling, and we think that God is supposed to do us like Peter. Hey, go to this house and go say to this person, and so we're supposed to already have it in a dream, in a vision, and that's what makes it easy. You know,
I was going to, and I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good.
I was going to wait till after we got finished recording to say this. Host Spirit was like, no, I'm going to say it now. So I'm saying that. Because there might be somebody else need to hear this also. I don't want to ever hear you say you're not creative again. Because we serve a God who stepped out on nothing and made everything. And if we're made in his image, we are creative.
Right.
It might not be the same way as everybody else. I know what your heart was saying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I receive all that.
But yeah.
I receive all that.
If we're made in his image, everything that he is, creative, you know what I'm saying? Our words have power, everything. Yeah, so, yeah. Okay, go ahead.
No, see, prime example, though, he didn't blow his assignment. Because sometimes, man, it's like, well, no, I ain't going to say no. I'll wait till the perfect time to say it. What if I would have left out of here, though? Or what if a phone call would have came through and we had to cut this episode short and he never got a chance to say it? And that phone call caused me to rush. And because I'm rushing, I have a bad accident. And I didn't live through it. Blown assignment, because he was supposed to say that right then and right there, but he didn't. But that's not the case. And God forbid any of that to take place. Mm-hmm. But he did what he was supposed to do. And a lot of times it's supposed to happen just like that. It wasn't I'm going to wait on God to give me everything to say. Matter of fact, show me in the Bible, write it all down. Right. And all it. But sometimes you're not going to get that.
Right.
Sometimes you got to do exactly what he just did. Say it right now. Do it right now. And you know what? I got to receive all of that. For real.
Yeah. And here's the thing about and so we are talking about blown assignments and stuff like that. And so a picture of blown assignments we was talking about earlier for me is talk about sports.
Right.
You know, if you're looking at the defense of a football team, you know, your cornerbacks have an assignment. Your linemen, defensive linemen have an assignment. Your middle linebackers have an assignment. Your cornerbacks have an assignment. Your safety has an assignment. And if anybody misses their assignment, there is the potential for a play to blow up all, you know what I'm saying, blow up on them, you know what I'm saying, and the other team to score. Now, thank you, this is new. One thing I love about it, man, is that even in that picture, there's layers to assignments.
Ooh-wee.
You know what I'm saying? And so, because there are layers to assignments, there are opportunities to recover.
Right.
So if the lineman misses catching their running back coming through, you got your middle linebackers right behind them. You know what I'm saying? If the middle linebacker miss it, you got your corners. If they miss it, then you have your safety.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. And so there's levels to assignments. So talk about assignments having another opportunity to come around and take two. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, man.
And so I might have blown the assignment the first time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I got it so faithful that he'll continue to send the assignment to us over and over and over again so that we can recover. Right. You know, and sometimes, I'm just be honest, sometimes we find ourselves in situations, like I said, a job, he's like, I can't stand this job sucks, these people stupid, the assignments are dumb, the whatever, I'm doing somebody else's work, and they always complain and blah, blah. It's like, I want to get out of here, God, get me out of here, get me out of here, get me out of here. And God's like, okay, I get you out. You just got to complete the assignment. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. And so it's like, well, I'm not cussing around these people. I'm not gossiping. I'm not keeping up no mess. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'll get here on time. I don't leave early. I don't shortcut. I do my job. Why am I still here? That's good. And that's part of a character. You know what I'm saying? Right. But there's still an assignment. Right. And until you fulfill that assignment, I gotta keep bringing you back around. Right. Bring you back around.
Right. So Jesus said this. He says, I came that you. So let me finish that so people won't say, no, finish it. Okay. I came that you may have life and have it more abundantly. Okay. But what if our assignment was based off of that same outline? Thank you, Holy Spirit. Boy, you know how to do some words. So what if our assignment was based off of that same outline? So you were saying, well, you know, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and so on and so forth. Yeah, that's what you're doing. But Jesus' assignment was based off of you being the result. Let me make that a little bit better. So he didn't say, well, I came to just praise God and not live this way and not live that way and all this other stuff. Well, you do good doing that as far as like not, you know, living in sin. But that's only part of it. Right. People are the other part. Oh, and we can't stand people. There are beautiful shirts out there saying that people beat people in and all that other stuff.
You're still a people person until people mess it up.
Right. You know what I mean? But the thing is, our assignment is always going to have something to do with people. Period. Jesus says that I came that you. I came that you. So like, you're at this job because of somebody.
Right.
Man, so I just came off a deployment. Pray for the people in Maui. You know, they for those who may not know, I think it's kind of, you know, all over the world now. The news is out that, you know, there was a major wildfire, and a lot of, you know, communities were burned down. A lot of, you know, neighborhoods and burnt to a crisp, and there was a lot of lives lost. So pray for the people of Lahaina and Kula, Hawaii. So I thought I was there for one reason. You know, I thought I was there for one reason, you know, and that's help with, you know, picking up the debris, the you know, the leftover, you know, the fragments of the fire.
Right.
You know, help, you know, assess those things and get those things kind of moved out of the way. But there were people that I was working with that absolutely not just needed Jesus, but needed a way to deal with other people. So like, there was this big ordeal that happened that caused two people to get into it. And people do the professional thing. Hey, I apologize from my heart and so on and so forth. You know, people say that. But then, this is what I did. I said, okay, now all of that's out of the way. It's just me and you. Say what you really want to say. That beep, we don't have a censor button. We probably do, but it was very, very, very explicit. Very explicit. So, man, at this point though, I'm already tired and frustrated, ready to go home. I can't stand these people. I feel like he feels. You know, I can't stand these people. I'm ready to get out of here. And, you know, outside of all the beeps and all this other stuff. Because, I mean, I was tired and frustrated, ready to come home back to my family. But, man, my assignment wasn't done.
Right.
Even though, so here's the thing. I was there for a 30-day term. And I am so ready for that 30 days to be over with, you know, because like at day 10, I'm dealing with, you know, some things I felt like I was like, man, wait a minute. I didn't come here for all of this. And though this was voluntary. So I could have left a long time ago.
Wow. Yeah.
I could have. But my assignment, you know, yeah, my term was 30 days. But man, my assignment was like, hey, So first of all, time is time. It's not gonna move any faster than it's supposed to.
Right.
We think, you know, I'm gonna keep myself busy, that way time pass by. Nope. There's still 24 hours in a day, regardless of what you're doing. But man,
and ignoring it doesn't make it go away.
Right. Ooh-wee. I love that. Put that on a t-shirt. But the thing is, man, I had to let a person know, because they was like, you know, they were frustrated with themselves. They felt like they blew their assignment. I am not supposed to be this way, and so on and so forth. And I was like, you know what? I understand that you got out of character. But the thing is, there's always an invitation to come right back to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
No matter how far you jump out of the character, there's always the invitation to come right back to who you're supposed to be. But sometimes we jump out of the character and we be like, you know what? I'm too far gone from character now. I might as well stay like this. Ain't nothing changing. This is me, accept it. Well, wait, it wasn't 30 minutes ago. It wasn't before this situation. But man, my assignment was, hey, see, this is why you're here.
Right.
Minister to that person.
That's good, because we don't know how. I was always saying, God works in mysterious ways.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We don't know how we get to our assignments. I think that's one thing that also kind of frustrates us, or that boggles our minds.
I'm sorry. You said we don't know how we get to our assignments. I had to let that sink in, because the thing is, man, we think we supposed to go and look for an assignment because we have that hero complex.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We don't know how we get to our assignments. Don't you just go pick up somebody else's assignment.
Right.
If you're in the 12th grade, stop accepting doctrine type homework. Okay, go ahead. My bad.
And then wondering why it's so hard.
Right.
But yeah, and that's what I was gonna say, man. I think that's one of the things that kind of throw us off sometimes on assignments, because it's like, if we had our choice, we wouldn't pick the assignment. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If we had our choice, we would only pick easy assignments.
Right.
If we had our choice, we would only pick assignments that we want to challenge. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that seems interesting. Let's go to this assignment. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's not up to us who our assignment or what our assignment is. It comes from the Lord.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And just like you said, you went over there under good terms. Over there going, to go help. And you think, man, that's awesome. I can go help out. It's an assignment. You know what I'm saying? It's a great assignment. But no, that wasn't a full assignment.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There was still more to that assignment. And so, even when we're doing things that we think like, oh yeah, I'm doing right, I'm doing a good thing, just because you're doing a right or a good thing, that's great. It's great that you do good things. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But that doesn't necessarily mean that's your assignment. And so sometimes we find people who get frustrated in their Christian walk because they're living good lives.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But they can't get over the proverbial hump.
Right.
Because it's like, what is it? I don't get it. I'm frustrated. I'm praying. I'm fasting. I'm paying tithes. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm doing whatever it is. Spending time with the Lord. I'm reading my Bible. I'm, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Going to church. And it's like, why can't I get over this hump? God sees and honors your good work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But there's still assignments. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Not just assignments, because sometimes assignments are purpose. And when you're not operating in purpose, I don't care how good of a life you're living.
Right.
You're going to be out of line. You know what I'm saying? And you can only do that for so long.
Right. Right. Man.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Just saw a picture. We are analogy kings.
Right. Come on.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, I remember when I was in the gym real heavy. You know what I'm saying? And I ended up messing up my knee pretty bad. And this is me and Brandon first started working out.
Right.
The
Shout
beats,
out to
you know
Bino.
what I'm saying? And I was in there and we were doing squats. I might have told the story before, but we over here lifting heavy weights. And we squatting 405 pounds. You know what I'm saying? Like, stupid. Problem was that, it's good that we were doing it. I wasn't doing it in the right form. And I ended up getting patella tendonitis because I overexerted my knee. I was over my toes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I wasn't behind my toes when I was squatting. All your gym rats, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know.
So
not a gym rat, but yeah, I know.
Yeah, you a gym. And so because I was doing that, I end up hurting myself. I was able to do it for a while. Talking about purpose. You know what I'm saying? You can do something for a while, and if you're not walking in purpose, you can only do the thing for so long before it starts to hurt.
Ooh.
Or either you hurt yourself or somebody else because you're out of purpose.
Wow.
And we're talking about overcoming. I'm thinking about second chance. What is the thing? Overcoming
blown assignments.
Blown assignments. Thank you. My mind was gone. We're talking about sometimes those assignments and purpose are intertwined. And so therefore, if you're not moving in the way God created you to move, specifically for you, you not only will you blow an assignment, you'll get hurt from mispurpose. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Mispurpose. You know what I'm saying? It's when you're using something you're trying to use something in the way that's not supposed to be used.
Right. Ooh, wee.
You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, wee.
And so again, talking about blown assignments, I'm trying to be over here because I see somebody else.
Ooh, see that?
You know what I'm saying?
I know the Holy Spirit.
I see somebody else doing something good. I see them they're doing a good work over here. It's like, man, I like what they doing. I want to do this.
Right.
It's good.
Right.
It's not you though.
Right. So my thing is, when I was there, Holy Spirit said, man, you know you're gonna have to minister to somebody. It's like, yeah, I know. And you know what? I got ready to shundo and lay hands and stuff like that. I thought that's, it's like, I'm gonna just go all out for the Lord. But that was never me. I ain't never been that type of person. This is what I seen on TV. This is what I've heard other people have said that they done. Only come to find out, it just add to the theatrics of the sermon. That's why they say I laid hands and I shot Kako Bobo. But that was never. That's not me. That's so like. It's okay. This is the assignment, and the shundos and the hundos are not called for in this assignment.
This particular assignment.
Particular assignment.
Had you done that,
right?
Blew the assignment.
Really. But it's all because, well, I know that so and so, when they said they ministered, they went all into the shaking of the hand and shakoko and all that other stuff, but that's not it wasn't my assignment. And you know what? So this person, when they was letting loose, they used all types of explicit words. Even though I told them that I was a pastor, they still used all types of explicit words. And I could have been like, okay, well, this ain't the assignment. Well, that's not true.
Right.
That's not true at all. Because here's the thing. The Bible tells us to go ye therefore and teach all nations and stuff like that. And he also, when he sent out his disciples, he sent them out 2 by 2 and all this other stuff like we've heard before. But he said this, if they don't receive you. But here's the thing. Just because this person was cussing don't mean that they wasn't receiving me. Right. Because in the end, when I left, there was no judgment from me. And that person was greatly impacted to the point to where he was like, he said, we have these comment cards. And he told my boss this, he was like, we have these comment cards and I put, please don't let Tony go. I want him to stay another 30 days.
Wow.
Because because I was on task. I was on my assignment and I didn't do it the way that I thought it should have been done. I did it in the way I felt God lead me.
That's it right there.
And guess what? Sometimes it's really not all about everything that I have to say. It was really about, okay, man, say what you got to say. Say what you got to say. And because he said what he had to say, like, there is no telling what could have took place the rest of the day.
Right.
Had he just held this up. Had he just been, I can't stand this beep.
Right.
Can't stand this beep. I think I'm gonna kill this. You know what I mean? Now I know you're saying, I know you're saying, well, Tony, that's kind of extreme. Is it? Think about it. Just think about these past few years. Just think about this year. The things that taken place. And you tell me it's that too far-fetched. Not at all. Not at all. But I stayed on my assignment because a lot of times we think it's the assignment is too hard and there's a whole lot that we have to do.
Right.
It wasn't. All I had to do is just, hey, talk. And I told him, man, don't worry about it. I said, I'm a pastor. This is the type of stuff that I can handle.
Right.
And he proceeded to drop all kinds of F-bombs and stuff like that. But in the end, he felt better. And we got to talking about God.
Yeah. Hey, if you are enjoying this episode of Raw Talk Christian Podcast, make sure you join us next week for part 2 as we conclude this amazing topic. Look, we can't wait to see you all there. Hey, take care.